Hey everybody, it's Blaze here. Got my cheesies, got my monster drink. I'm all ready to go for the Grey Cup, but just before it starts, I figured I'd do a little bit of a lightsaber effect for you guys. First step is you want to create a folder in D video, place broadcasting your name, and call it Lightsabre 1. So a folder in video D right now, please. We're going to recreate what we did last week, and that is your green screen footage. You are going to green screen and mask your footage. Make sure you save it as an H.264 and save it as Lightsabre Pre. Next thing you're going to do is import your new footage. It will look like this. Nicely done, Mr. Place. Alright, there's Tony. Hey, Tonansky. How's it going? So what we want to do is we want to scrub through to the clip to find out where we're going to start the lightsaber clip. And I like it right there just because it's nice and contrasting. There's a blue dark background there, dark blue background. And what we want to do is we want to hit Layer, New, Solid. There we go. And we don't want it to be black, we want it to be white. So we could just type in FFFFFF 6 times, or we could just hit right in the corner, make sure it's white. It will turn the entire screen white when we do so. So here we go. White screen when we hit OK. Don't fear, this is just going to be basically the color of the lightsaber. So what we have to do now is mask it out. So what we have to do is turn the opacity of that solid down so we can see. And right now we turn it down, bring it down to maybe 2 or 3. And now what we want to do is we want to use our pen tool. And what we're going to do is we're going to trace around the lightsaber. Okay. And we're actually going to trace around it, and we're going to give it a path. Okay, so a couple of things that we have to do is make sure we select the right layer, otherwise it'll give you a solid. We don't want to do that. And click, 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 and one more. Oh yeah, make sure you don't pull that, because if you pull that, it's going to throw everything out. So just click, click, there, boom, look at what happened there. So it gives us a really nice, crisp, white lightsaber. Problem is your lightsaber is going to move. So what we have to do is make sure we hit the selection tool here. Boom. And now we can kind of move the mask around a little bit too. Okay. Turn on that little stopwatch. Where are we here? Click, click, and click. Okay, so we got to change the path. Okay, of that mask. So right now we click 1. We're on the lightsaber right there. What we want to do is probably go about 3-4 frames. So using 3-4 frames, what we want to do is we want to move the mask. Okay. So let's move this back here in the proper place. There. Okay, so this is going to be number 1. Okay. Now when we hit page down, 1, 2, 3, or page up, it moves frames. Otherwise, we have to use the next frame tool, and that takes a long time. Okay. So what we want to do is draw around. Okay, you see the different path that it takes there. It's on. Next one. Draw around. Look at that. And it's better that you go a little bit too fat, if you will, rather than see any of the fake lightsaber tube. We don't want to see any of that. So make sure that your mask is nice and thick. Okay. So we start bringing this down. It starts taking shape. Look at that. Okay. So this will take us a while. Okay, pull this over. So basically what we're going to be doing is moving this. And if you go through it, if anything looks wacky and off, you can always go back and change it a little bit like this. Okay, so sometimes 3 frames or 4 frames are good, sometimes they're not, so you got to go back and fix it up, because you don't want to see the tube of the lightsaber come out of the path. That would look pretty bad. Okay, so this part is tedious. It takes a long time. Okay, And we pull this down once, and when there's fast motion on this, look at that, it's following it really nicely. When we have fast motion, we also want to have a little bit of a motion blur trail behind it. So watch that. See how I pull it a little bit? Let's move in on here again here. See that? Okay, so there's a little bit of a trail behind it. So that's going to make it a little bit thicker at the top there, because it's going to be blurred out a little bit. It's going to have a really nice effect. Okay, and then you got to switch it, because then it's coming down and now it's going to the other side, so the trail has to be on the other side there. There we go. And this is good that I sped up the video here. Okay, this part right here, take your time. Don't rush, because if you rush, you will not be happy in the end. Okay, and I will make you do it again and again and again. So look at that, it's looking pretty good. Pretty good, I tell you. Okay, so we're not going to do the whole video, we'll just do a little bit more here just to pull it up a little bit. When we finish this, it'll represent like 2 seconds of the lightsaber. See, it's got the trail there, a little bit beyond it. Look at that, follows the path, and we're happy. Okay, trim the clip right to there. So trim the clip there. Now it starts here. So watch this. Look at that. Perfect masking. Perfect mask. Okay. Okay, so it looks like a really good mask here. Look at that. Okay, so let's bring it back to scrub to the beginning here. Hit transform on your mask. And what we want to do now is turn up the opacity. Okay, so now look at that lightsaber. You can even see that trail there. Looking good. Okay, so it's looking good, but there's not that many white lightsabers out there. We can feather it a little bit too to give it a little bit of a glow just before we give it a color. So let me backtrack. So when you feather it in the mask, it'll give it a little bit of a glow, and you can play around with those a little bit, the expansion a little bit too, and look what it does. It gives a nice lightsaber glow. Look at that. Okay, especially when it's moving fast, that'll be good. So I'll play that a couple of times. Looking really good. Click on white solid, because what we want to do is add the effect. Okay, so effect, stylize, glow, effect, stylize, glow. Watch this. Now what we want to do is we want to change this glow into another color. So where it says glow colors, original colors, well, that's white. So we want to change it to A and B colors. A and B are the colors at the bottom. Right now it's white and black. So if we click that, let's give it a blue lightsaber. So we'll go like a darker turquoise here. There we go. That looks good. And we just want a little bit more darker color here. Boom. So we got 2 lightsaber colors. Okay. Now right now it's very subtle, but you can actually turn these effects up. Play around with the threshold, radius, and intensity here. Watch this. Ooh, nicely done. Look at that. Radius. Doesn't look good, but you can give it a little bit more of a glow. Let's see what this last intensity does. And of course, once we turn up the threshold here, you can get a really nice lightsaber effect. Look at that. Tony, you're looking like a Jedi King. A Lord. Okay. So, looking really good. But there's one more thing we can add here, and that is, let's add one more. Let's go down here. We're going to go to noise and add noise. So effect, noise, noise. And if you look, it's really crisp right now. It looks good. We just want to make it match the background a little bit. So we just turn up a little bit of the noise. Okay, too much, but look at that. Okay, so it gives kind of takes away some of the quality, and this is what it's going to look like. Aha! That looks really good. Okay, so when you're finished that, basically you know what to do. You're going to render this out, and look at that. Look how fast that computer is. Okay, so you're going to render that out, as I said, and make sure it's in H.264. Make sure it's in the right file folder, Lightsaber 1, and call it Normal Naming Conventions, the Lightsaber Master. Thank you very much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully it's a real good Grey Cup. We'll see you guys Monday.